you can get through it. And always, don't be ashamed to ask for, don't be ashamed to ask for help, especially when you got good people in your corner.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tea Time with Letitia on Gratified Grad, where it's my goal to help you graduate with gratification. Today's tea is, and I brought the packet here. I don't know, can you really? It's a bit of a glare, but it is a Citron Chamomile Tea. And so we've had chamomile tea on here before. The new thing is Citron. And I had to Google this because I had never heard of citron before, but it went through medieval times for seasickness, pulmonary troubles, scurvy, and even eating disorders. So it's a interesting little citrus fruit that's in the citrus family that I'd never heard of. To let today's guest introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Frederick Patterson, and I'm a PE teacher here in Mobile, Alabama, and glad to be on.
Yes, thank you so much. This season marks a year from me starting this my YouTube channel and this Tea Time with Letitia series. And so I felt like I needed to take it back home, go back to my roots and highlight my people. So I really appreciate this. So what is your
Cool.
background? And I
My
want to know where you went to
background.
high school too.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, I grew up here in Mobile, Alabama, born and raised. I went to high school at Blunt High School, and here in the Pritchard area. But and like just um as a kid growing up, I had came from both parents in home. I had both parents, so they was strict on me. So growing up, education was always the key. And I would play sports as a kid, and I always wanted to be around sports. Even when I knew I wasn't gonna be able to play like in college. I wasn't that good, but I always loved sports, been around the game, and so that's where my degrees came in. I knew I wanted to be some way connected with sports. So
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think
yeah.
I ever thought of like making that association myself with like, oh, especially like with your interest in sports, like how do I play sports? I go to college.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like when I graduated from high school, like I was telling you about this. I ended up I wanted to be in computer information. I wanted to be a computer science. So I wanted to get my degree in computer science. But as I got my degree at Bishop, my 2 year associate degree at Bishop in computer information systems, I transferred to software in it, and I just came to realize that I really don't want to do this. It was like I was bored in class, so and I went and talked to my to a counselor, and they had told me about different things I can do, and I had looked into physical education, exercise science, and physical therapy, and I started to go into more that way, to that route.
Okay, so you got your associates in computer science or
Hmm.
that realm of things,
Yeah.
and then you decided, like after going to South and starting taking some courses in it, that it wasn't for you.
Nah.
And so then did you change?
Yeah, it'll change my major. I changed my major. It kind of pushed me back, but I didn't really want to do that. I didn't want to waste any money. So and thank God, the funny thing is, I was fortunate able that my parents, they was paying for me to go to school. So, I was blessed not to have any student loans, and yeah, my parents, they really blessed me for real, gave me a great head start in life by you know by helping with that. So and I changed my major, ended up had to basically start from scratch with that. But but I was liking it though. I loved it. I love going to class. I enjoyed
What did
being
you
in
change your
class.
major to?
On exercise science, exercise science,
Okay.
exercise science, because I wanted to be with athletes, more trained athletes, and just like a physical therapist. I could, because my goal was at that point was get my degree in exercise science, then go to master's and get my master's and become a physical therapist. That was the goal. All right.
Okay.
So end up that didn't work. Typical college student, young, playing around, and GPA got down, so I had to just come out with exercise science. I couldn't go to PT school, and just fast forward, my wife now, we was dating then, but we ended up having a baby, so we had to just buckle down. Really, she was in nursing school at the time, and like me and her, we you know what I'm saying, we helped each other out. She was my motivation. I was her motivation to get through with school. So at as I finished school in county exercise science, I realized I couldn't get the job that I wanted to get with that degree. So I had end up went back to got my master's at West Alabama.
Okay.
Ended up getting my master's in physical education, and that's where I'm at today.
So, I mean, well, one, you're working in the field that you got your degree in, which from my experience does not always happen. A lot of people get their degree in one thing and then they're working in something that is completely unrelated. So I think that that is pretty nice. Like you knew that you weren't interested in computer science and you didn't stay in it. A lot of people will stay in it because of what you said, it'll set them back and they don't want to have to start over and things like that. So I think that that is very commendable for you to being true to yourself and what you care about.
And the whole time, like I was working at Walmart. I was full time working at Walmart, doing this whole process of school, working crazy hours. So I mean, it's just like it's an extreme blessing. But I learned a lot going through that though, for real, seriously.
So what was your motivation, or what did you have that went into you completing your degree that was helpful?
Um, my motivation was like me and my wife's parents, like my parents, and her parents as well. Like they all stayed on us and made sure that we knew what was important. The most important thing was go to school, and I had my oldest son. We had our oldest son in college as well. So when she found out she was pregnant, you know, she had just got accepted to nursing school. So
Wow.
she couldn't really go that she couldn't go that semester. So but through the grace of God, she had the baby, she had my son, and she ended up getting in the following semester. And I told her right then, I said, man, we got it. That's this God answering our prayers. I said we just gonna maintain, do we gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, our parents, like they the MVP because we didn't miss a class or anything. They stepped up. I know my dad. My dad would would get off. He'd work at night, and he will keep my son for me while we go to class. So it was just stuff like that. Their whole thing was, y'all gonna finish school. Don't worry about the baby. We gonna help y'all just as long as you just promise you guys will finish school, and that's all. So that was a big motivation, and man, that just, I never forget things like that. Her parents too. So, they always in there to us. So and I also have good friends, me and some of my friends, we started at Walmart together, and we was all in school at the same time. We were going through the same problems, and we always motivate each other, keep it going, and we still friends to this day, um, we still friends to this day. And we still call each other, talk to each other every day. Just we look back on that stuff and just laugh about it, not, because we both, got on each other backs and motivated, you know, having a kid in school, any type of school, that's hard. I'm not gonna not gonna sugarcoat it or nothing, but family, like if you got a good family and support system, you can get through it. Always, don't be ashamed to ask for, don't be ashamed to ask for help, especially when you got good people in your corner, and you don't, and I just didn't want I didn't want people that that motivated me, or any type of prayers they gave, that any kind of support, you know, I always wanted them to have something to smile about. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear people talk about you in good name. People talk good about you, and because people say you never know. You know, people have you in their prayers. You know, and you
Right.
don't want to let nobody down. You know, that's me and my whole wife. Look, that was our whole thing. You know, we gonna get through it, no matter how hard it be, no matter what. And it was hard. it was hard, but through the grace of God,
Oh
we
yeah,
good.
I
Yeah,
don't have kids, and I think that getting through school is hard on its own. And I
yeah,
really, it does resonate with me, the need for accountability and the need for people who can resonate with your experience to help you
yeah,
keep going.
yeah,
If you're trying to, like this, and I say this all the time, like this educational journey is not a solo endeavor. Like you
yeah,
cannot do it
no,
alone.
yeah. Because even when I was getting my master's, man, my wife, man, she was on me, because it's plenty of time I was like, hey, this might not this might not be for me, but you know what I'm saying. She was like, keep going, I'm proud of you. Just keep going, no matter how long it takes. Cause that was another thing too. I was like, man, I'm too old to go back to school. I'm being here. And she was my motivator. Her and my parents though, like they really pushed me through though. Like I say, I tell them all the time. That's y'all degree right there. For real.
I think that something that I've learned along the way through this is that it's not about how smart you think you are. I think that it's more about your willingness to show up.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't get broken. Don't be Don't be broken. Don't never give up. Just keep on going. No matter. And like I think a lot of times, like, as like with the social media and everything, we like to, what I'm saying, we look at other people, see what other people graduate and other people doing this. We be like, man, why can't, we try to, and we get ourselves down because we like, man, I should be doing that. But who we don't know what they went through to get that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you got to be humble. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through your process. You got to trust the process.
Yes, yes. When
Yeah.
I came to understand trust in the process, my process got easier.
Exactly, for real. Because you never know your dope. You know what I'm saying? You never know your dope. You know, you never know what's in store for you. You might go through different paths, but you got to guide yourself to get back on the right path. And it all works out at the end, though. It all works out.
Yes. Is there any last bit of advice or information or just like something that you want every student to know?
Don't be scared to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Don't be don't limit yourself. If you want to do something, don't say you can't do it because da 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 da. Nah. Just take your time. You might have to, it might be tough. You might have to, how to bear down. Might be some things you can't do. It's okay to lock yourself up for a month and hit them books, and just, because at the once you reach that level, all that other stuff that you thought you was missing, you right on time for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to learn. I thought I was missing so much, and I thought I was behind time. But when I got my degree, then none of that stuff mattered. When I got my job and all the other things, man, I don't none of the other stuff matter, because especially when you doing something that you love, and it's what you've been dreaming about, just wanting the whole time. Because I was in school. I probably did about 10 years in school. So. But at the end of the day, I'm glad. I'm happy for it. So, and like, everybody's not a 4-year student. Some people might be a 2-year student, but 4-year student. But if that's what you want to do, don't limit yourself. Always go through it. Don't cheat it. Talking about something it's too hard, you want to give up. just keep fighting, and like I say, family and friends, and just it's all right to ask for help. That's my whole thing. Because like I say, I keep going because that's one of my biggest motivation. Like when I had my son, like I knew it was like, okay, it's getting real. Let's let's buckle down. I say, don't be scared to ask for help, man. Please don't.
Yes, I love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much for sharing
No
and
problem.
taking the time to grace this space.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you, man. I support it. I love this for real. The podcast. I'm a huge fan.